This week we get ready to host Christmas for the very first time in our new home. We try out an e-bike for the first time, and I also try to persuade my mum to go skiing. But first, welcome to our channel. We've been living and travelling in our motorhome for over 2.5 years. But after an accident with a pheasant left us stranded in the Cairngorms for a month, we fell in love with the area and decided to make it our home. So why not join us for this new life in the Highlands? And of course, a great base for more motorhome adventures. Guess what? We're off to get our tree. Are you excited, Sue?
Very excited.
And then we get to put it up and put all our decorations on. It'll really feel like Christmas is upon us when we do that. We'll have to get the Christmas music going as well, won't we, while we do it? Tradition. Play naff Christmas music and put tree up all at the same time.
Holidays and cheer.
That's not it.
No,
That's the other box of other stuff.
Set on you. Oh, I'm not gonna play it safe. I'm not gonna play it safe. It's going down on Christmas Day. 'Cause I've been trying to tell you in every way. Yeah, I've been trying to show you, but somehow felt I wanna have someone to hold. Walking through the falling snow.
And once the tree was erected, Fudge and I went out for a walk, leaving Sue to it. We're better off out of the way.
Around the mistletoe. I'm calling my feelings.
Oh, and they work. Well, I think Sue has made an absolutely fabulous job of our tree and all the other decorations all around the house. So, well, Merry Christmas. Hope you've had a fab day. By the time you see this, you'll probably have eaten and drunk yourself silly. So, well,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to all of you.
I'll be making plans, make you understand. I'm not gonna play it safe. I'm not gonna play it safe. It's going.
Good morning. I today have been going through some of the comments on the latest video. The latest video that I'm watching at the moment is the one with the lots of snow in it. And I was thinking that the woodworking was becoming a bit boring because I'm clearly a complete beginner. But actually, a lot of you have commented about how you've actually enjoyed the woodworking. So I thought I'd show you where I'm up to with my latest piece. Now, first of all, behind me, this is the workbench that I made. And it does have the casters on. I'll show you that another time. But it's got the caster wheels on so I can hoik it up onto the casters and move it around the workshop. But I'm really pleased with the progress I'm making on my latest piece of furniture for inside the house. So why don't you come over here, I'll get a bit closer and I'll show you what I mean. So this is my latest tabletop. It still needs another few coats of varnish, but I'm really pleased with the finish on this because it's very smooth. And I didn't worry too much about the ends. I cut the boards just a little bit longer so I could actually then cut the ends flush once the thing was glued together. And this goes on top of these legs. Now, the thing I like about these legs, and I'm so proud of myself, is, I don't know if you can see whether the camera will pick it up, there's a little bit of an inset here and it's all the way around. And I think it's going to look fantastic when the tabletop is secured in place. And this is going to go in our garden room. The wood that I bought to put this table together cost me about £21. I've got loads left over as well, so it was about £21. And now that I've got all the tools and the screws that I need, just the wood itself was, it's 20 quid's worth of table, which I think is going to look better than a £20 table when I've finished. Having already made some pocket holes in the two longer side skirts, I'm now measuring to make sure that the tabletop is even all round, and next I'll be gluing and screwing the legs to the tabletop. Move around, let's give that a go. So, as you can see, I am learning constantly. and now it's time to drive in the pocket screws and then clamp it up, waiting for the glue to set. Well, I just wanted to let you know the coffee table turned out really well, and it's probably my favourite piece of furniture that I've built already, because yes, there are little mistakes, and yes, it's not entirely perfect, but it's so much better than everything else that I've built, and so it just shows that I'm getting a little bit better. Anyway, I wanted to say that Christmas came a little bit early here because I was sent an e-bike by the company Hitway. I've had that for about a month now, so let's see how I've been getting on. I've never ever had an e-bike before, I've never tried one before, so I'm quite excited about this. And they've asked me to review it and tell you and them what I think about it. So, well, let's get it out of its box, shall we? Send you a bike lock as well. Wow. That's definitely a battery. Let's move this along a little bit. Well, it turns out when shipping a Hitway bike that it needs to be really well packaged, and thankfully it was. So this process took me some time. And that goes down there, and then that just folds out like this, like so.
Look at the size of the wheels. You potentially could use that off-road.
Just the weight for no snow or ice now. Today is looking okay for now. I think we're due a bit of snow later. So I'm going to get the battery on, familiarise myself with the bike, and hopefully get a bit of cycling action going. And who can't resist a drone shot around the bike? Now the manual says that the tyres should be at 4.5 bar. Let's get these tyres ready. Well, after faffing about for a bit, my electric or battery operated pump decided the battery didn't like the cold. So I've reverted. It's much harder. And I've not got a helmet, I know that, but I've literally just been round the drive. I'm going to take it out for a spin once Sue gets back. She's out with the dog at the moment. And then I'll kit up because my hands are going to get cold. Now at this point I decided to show you the display on the bike. Now you won't be in the slightest bit interested in this unless you're particularly interested in the bike, but suffice to say it is very intuitive and I don't think anyone would have any problems working it out. There's a locking mechanism to secure the battery, which means if you want to lock your bike up and leave it, your battery will be secure. At least if you live in a low crime area like we do. Now the eagle-eyed amongst you will have spotted this is not me, this is actually Sue. But this seemed to make sense as I do most of the drone flying. And what a great way to test the follow me on the DJI Mini 4. Look how it manages to avoid those trees. I have really enjoyed this bike. I've been going up and down the lane to my local convenience store, which is a 6-mile round trip, and absolutely no problems. In fact, it's probably 20% of the battery goes over that journey, and it's downhill on the way there, but uphill on the way back. And I've never ridden an e-bike before, so I was really intrigued to see what this is like. And you have to pedal, you can't not pedal because the whole mechanism works on you pedalling, but of course it's really easy peasy when you're going uphill because the battery takes over. When we got this bike, we took a while to be able to secure the seat, and it's just that the locking lever mechanism is really, really stiff. So when you tighten the little screw to get it tight, I physically couldn't lock the lever by hand. Now I solved this problem actually in the end really easily. And what I did is on the little nut, the little copper shim or nut, you have to be really careful with this, but I sprayed some WD-40 silicone spray, and it just eased it off completely. Entirely solved the problem. So that's just worth bearing in mind if you get this. And the only other bit, where the little turny handle goes for unlocking and locking the bike, when it comes with two teeny weeny little screws that then screw in. And it wasn't entirely obvious when I first opened the packet. I was thinking, how on earth does this attach? Now, the bike comes with a fantastic manual, which is really simple. It's all quite intuitive, really. But what it doesn't come with is assembly instructions from getting it out of the box. And I think it would benefit from that, because then you would know exactly what to do with this. But otherwise, I've really enjoyed it. And of course, the best thing about it is you can fold it up and stick it in the back of the car. Where we live, for me personally, whipping up and down to the shops on the bike, it's a real pleasure. So as you can see, I do really like this bike, and I'm really grateful for Hitway for sending it to us and giving us a chance to play with it. Now, Hitway have given us a discount code, so you can get an extra £30 off if you did want to buy this bike. And I would say I'm getting a lot more exercise because I'm using the bike to get to the shop instead of the car. So if you fancy setting yourself a New Year's resolution and taking advantage of some of the great deals that you can get on this bike at the moment, it's definitely a good one. Well, back to normal life now. Got to get this fire going. I'm really excited because my parents are arriving in about an hour from now. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I have been in contact with them. The journey seems to have gone quite well. So looking forward to spending Christmas with them. And I'll be picking them up shortly. So I've got to get this fire going. Well, they've made it. They're here.
They're here! Oh, it's fabulous! We made it. 6.5 hours driving.
Did you hear that? 6.5 hours, which is actually 1.5 hours less than I thought it would take them. So they're here safely. We've got a few days ahead just before Christmas, and we're going to have lots of fun.
Here we come together.
As you know, my mum and dad made it safely, and so today, whilst Sue goes off to get the Christmas shop, I'm going to take them up to Glenmore and drive past the campsite and possibly even up to the ski station because it's their first time visiting the area. So are you ready, you two?
Yes,
yes. Come on then. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Christmas is a magic day.
Well, we've pulled up in the car park for Loch Morlich, just so that my mum and dad can have a look. It's not really great weather today, but what do you think of it, Mum?
Fabulous, absolutely fabulous.
Absolutely fabulous. There's a TV programme called that, isn't there?
I'm so lucky to have a place that I can come home to. Yes, I am on my way. We'll put our differences aside.
Well, it's a wild day today at Cairngorm, but there is actually skiing on this beginner slope behind me. I did see somebody going up on one of the button lifts earlier, but I have no idea whether you can get to the top of the mountain. It's a very blowy day today, so who knows. And you see there's a little carpet up there that they go up on a little carpet. So they don't have, it's quite effortless. When you're a beginner, it's really easy because you just stand on it and it takes you up. Even you could do that, Mum. Fancy a go?
Maybe tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay. Whoa, it hits you in your face. Hits you in your face when you come round here, doesn't it?
Certainly does.
Anyway, you're looking very fetching in your glittery bobble hat. Cheers. Well, we made it to the Pine Martin, which, if you've watched the video from a while, you'll know is a sure favourite of mine. We're just stopping for a quick drink in here, 3 Diet Cokes in fact, and then I'm going to take my mum off to somewhere she'll really enjoy because it's a garden centre with a cafe, and we're going to have lunch there. Well, we have had an absolutely fantastic day out. We're back now, so we'll get the fire lit, hunker down for an evening ahead of our next visitor arriving, which is tomorrow, which is Sue's mum. So we'll get together, the whole family, ahead of Christmas. Right, I've just heard from Sue. She's gone to the station to pick up her mum. The train's 10 minutes late, but not too bad. So she should be here very shortly.
Holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day.
Well, we're all here for Christmas now, and it's Christmas Eve. By the time you see this, it'll be a few days after Christmas, and I'm sure you will have had a great time. We all went out last night, and now we're getting ready for the big day. Merry Christmas to you all. Hope you enjoyed it.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
They're quite good, aren't they?
Very cute.
And on that note, I will say to you, thank you so much for watching. You're good at doing as you're told. Did you hear that? They're good at, they're not really. They're very bad at doing as they're told. But thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Hope you've had a great day.
But Christmas is a magic day.